Hi everyone, we're here for our day one of the 30-30 challenge. Right now, just pedaling easily as we warm up a little bit. I'm going to encourage you every day to come a little bit warmed up if you can. Sit on the bike for a little bit before you join up with us. And then there'll be 5 minutes about of structured warm up before we go into our big block of work, okay? So this is year 3 of our 30-30 challenge. And I don't know, I was hearing from people in July, are you gonna do the 30-30 challenge again? It helped me get started in the year so well. So here we are and excited to be doing this. The other thing, of course, is it's great to be able to see people that are from a little further afield, we maybe haven't seen other times during the year. So we're back with our community and good to see everybody. We're gonna start right now by just quickly reminding you effort levels, what we're talking about. I want you to feel like right now, fully aerobic, you're riding at a comfortable cadence and you're just around a 5 out of 10 effort as we get into this first couple of minutes, okay? We're going to focus our training program. We're gonna focus on having more or less a rollout, same kind of systems that we're training each day. And this first one, and each Monday, with our starting day being Monday this time, is going to be focused on strength, focus on climbing. So we'll be doing other things throughout the rest of the week, but today will be lower cadence, a few big pushes in the climbing sections, and not a ton of recovery in between. Okay, so once we get into it, it's going to be pretty fast moving action. So we just have a couple more minutes now where I want you to bring the effort level up. If you've been at 5 out of 10, how about bringing it up to 6 out of 10 for me, using your gear, a little bit more load, keeping the cadence comfortable. I'm riding 94 RPM, so if you want to use that kind of guideline, something efficient, a nice turnover, and we're going to stay here for another minute and a bit. So 93, 94 RPM, and we're at 6 out of 10. We are at a place where we can carry on a conversation. We're not too strapped for oxygen right now. Good old talk test is a really good, useful standby for thinking about how hard you're actually going, especially when you're newer to the sport and you're trying to get an idea of what some of these numbers and effort levels mean. And the reason we can talk is because we're riding with a fair amount of oxygen, which means we're fully aerobic. All right, so that's our guideline right there. Bring up the gear one more time. I want you to feel at this cadence like you're at about a 7 out of 10. All right, a little bit more gear, a little bit more push behind the pedals. Keep it turning over, nice and steady. Nice and relaxed, shoulders relaxed, arms soft through the elbows, light through the hands, okay? Pushing a bit more gear here now. 7 out of 10 is the feeling. Think about your feet a little bit. Strong through the feet, okay? Ankles are moving, but now you have a bit more pressure on the pedals. Bring it up to that 7 out of 10 level meant more resistance behind your feet. So holding the same cadence takes more effort. And see, I'm a little bit shorter of breath as I'm moving out of completely aerobic. And we're gonna hang out here for another 30 seconds. Hold on to this level. Good job. All right, almost done our warm up. Another 15 seconds. Push into the pedals. First bit of sweat if you only got on the bike the beginning of this class. And in 3, 2, 1, bring it back off. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. When we do a warm-up, always want to kind of lift the system and then back off, flush the legs of anything you've already built up in there, and get ready for the hard efforts. So when we're doing strength, just as a quick reminder, we're working at a lower cadence than in a lot of other stuff we do. What happens with that is you're recruiting more muscular strength to push the pedals around. And there's some interesting studies been done on, at the same effort output, speed of the bike, wattage, using different cadences, the stress level changes, okay? But when we're at a lower cadence, the muscular stress is high, but the cardiovascular stress is a little lower. Definitely feels a little lower. Okay, so today, strength efforts, and there's going to be 2 big sets of work in around 10 minutes long each. The first one, you're going to do 2 minutes on a hill that has a fair amount of steepness, or just a hill that you're going to ride in a big gear, hard gear. And your effort level is going to be 8 out of 10, 80% if you know around what that is, as part of your maximum aerobic power. And you're riding at 60 to 70 RPM. Now, if you have back or knee issues, like come off surgery recently or anything like that, you probably are going to have to go with a little lighter gear and higher cadence. But assuming everything's good, we're going to settle into that lower cadence, which is like pushing a bigger gear and building some strength. I'm going to have you start this in the best part of 45 seconds here. Okay, so just closing in now, actually on 30 seconds. And we're going to start with 2 minutes at 8 out of 10 or 80% at 60 to 70 RPM. So start slowing your cadence down right now. You've got 20 seconds to go. And then you're going to start bringing your gear up, okay? You're going to have 1 minute breaks in between these 2 minutes. And you're doing 4 times 2 minutes. Okay, 60 to 70 cadence. Last little sip of water. Gears up in 2, 1, first 2 minutes. Okay, feel that gear coming into the legs. Big push against it. 60 to 70 RPM means you're just around a pedal stroke every second. Nice and strong through the feet. Okay? Watch that you're not rocking and rolling. First one here, maybe a little bit of a challenge to get yourself going. But hey, guess what? Lots of practice. You're doing it a bunch of times. Okay? So just turning the pedals over nicely here. You're closing in on a minute, coming up pretty soon. 60 to 70 RPM. Good habits. I'm going to give you cues throughout these efforts, okay? So you're coming up to the first minute now. Hold on to that cadence. Think about your form. Pushing those pedals around. Awesome. Keep that 8 out of 10 effort. If you're riding with watts, you know your numbers, then that's easy. You've got a good guideline. If you don't, or you're just learning or refreshing, then remember, 8 out of 10 of your maximum aerobic power is over what we call an hour power, or how fast you could ride for an hour. So it's hard. Only 20 seconds left though. You're gonna get a minute break. Okay, first one under your belt coming up. Last 10 seconds here. Come on, stay strong on this hill. Last 3, 2, 1. Let's relax the gear. I want you to get to an easy turnover and a comfortable cadence. You only have a minute in each of these breaks, okay? Recover, recover. Get yourself comfortable now. You've felt what the effort is like. Good job. I'm rolling my pedals over now in the 90s at what we call preferred cadence. I prefer it to be 90 to 100. I prefer you to have it at 90 to 100. But preferred cadence, and I'm riding easy effort. Easy effort, anything up to 5 out of 10, I would say. But easy as you like until 10 seconds to go. Back to your 60 to 70 RPM. Back on the hill. 2 minutes coming up. In 3, 2, 8 out of 10. Holding that cadence of a pedal stroke a second in around there, okay? Good job. Bring that workload in and settle in at this cadence that's developing your strength ability in your power delivery. Okay, good. And resist the temptation to fall over your bike. We want you to be nice and centered. Core is strong. Awesome job. 60 to 70 RPM is a decent range. Flutter around in there and all that's fine. But I just want you to be delivering the power with a good amount of push and strength. And that's what Mondays are going to be about in the 30-30. Okay, minute done. Minute done. Awesome. Even breathing. Even breathing. Let your ankles move. Driving down into the power stroke. Feel that connection as you pull your foot back. Bottom of the pedal stroke. Up and around the back. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Job, everybody. Awesome. Going to be coming up to our last 20 seconds here. Second out of the set. Good job. Push, push. Hold on to it. 10 seconds. Remember, when we have this small amount of recovery, I want you to get there as quickly as possible. That's what you're teaching your body to work from. 2, 1, here you go. Bring it back to a comfortable cadence. Good. Recover, recover. 2 of these down, 2 to go. Then we get a break and we do a little longer, a little harder for the second set. So just really take this in right now. We're trying to coax any lactate out of our muscles each time we come to this flushing cadence and easy effort. I'm right down at about a 3 out of 10 for the last few seconds here, but we're closing in on the third of these 2-minute pitches. So in less than 10 seconds now, I'm gonna start bringing my cadence down again, 60 to 70. I'm gonna start bringing my gear in, 2, 1, number 3, here we go. Come on. Come on. Get on top of it. Get on top of it. Hold the cadence. Hold the power output. Really good. Bring the shoulders down. We're riding nice straight line. Imagine we're getting pulled along the road or the trail up this hill. Super strong in your center. That's where all the pedal stroke power is going to come from. Good job. Keep it turning. 60 to 70 RPM. I got a little excited there. 10 seconds in this first minute. Good. Really feel, as I say, driving down into the power stroke, pulling along the bottom, back up around the back. Don't waste any of that force by just stomping up and down. This is what helps you when you're riding off-road as well, or loose surface, or very steep hill, maintaining optimal, maximum traction. All right, coming down to our last 30 seconds here. Really good, come on. Breathe, keep the diaphragm open. Don't hold your breath, bad idea. We're nearly at the top of this hill again. We're gonna coast down easy, just turning the pedals over like we have the first 3 times, first 2 times, and in 10 seconds, we're gonna get to that easy place. We wanna get there quickly, remember. All right, 60 to 70, last little bit here. In 3, 2, 1, back the gear off, back the gear off. Nice and easy, finding that 3 out of 10, or wherever it is you wanna be. Teaching your body in little bits, just to take the recovery, suck it up, and get ready for the next thing you ask of it. Hey, asking these to do stuff. 30 seconds, okay? Flush the legs, take a drink of water. Don't forget that, we tend to forget when we're indoors. Super important, okay? Last one of this set. Coming up in 15 seconds, we're gonna slow the cadence down again. You're gonna find your 8 out of 10 gear resistance, watts, in 5. Last one of this set, okay? 2, 1, bring that gear up. Good job. These don't have the same feeling as when we're riding some of the higher tempo, higher RPM efforts, which really recruit more cardiovascular and make us feel uncomfortable in a different way. So these are uncomfortable. How about you? I just got off doing some squats. I'm turning my squats into pedal strokes. Okay? Good. Stay with it now. This is the last one of this block. Something to look forward to? A 2-minute break after the 2-minute hill. 10 seconds. Hold it. And we have a minute to go. Okay? Last minute. 60 to 70 cadence. Keep pushing. Don't let it go. Ride it right through. Come on. Come on. Feels good to be pushing hard again, right? Beginning of the new year. I know some people push hard all the time. Some of us like to take a nice couch break for a while. Whichever you are, enjoy this. It'll all start to feel better and better over the days. Come on, 8 out of 10. Keep pushing it through. Last 15 seconds, coming up. So good, come on riders. Come on, in 10. Last little bit now. 2-minute break coming up. Push it right through. Come on. In 3, 2, 1, easy. Back on that just rolling off the couch kind of feeling. Whoo-wee. Good. Recover, recover. Don't forget to take in some liquids. All right, 90 seconds before the next block. The next block, the effort parts are 3 minutes long, and they're going to be a little harder if you can make them a little harder. 80% is the minimum, or 8 out of 10. Push it up a little bit. Maybe as we get through them, you're just doing 3 of these. So they're longer, different kind of suffering, but there's fewer of them. 1 less, okay? Good. And we're still going with a minute between, easy. One of the things, we've got 1 minute to go still in our recovery. One of the things that certainly my athletes I try and impress upon is how important consistency is. And a lot of people in their training try and sometimes set goals or objectives or a plan that's maybe a little bit hard to achieve. Life gets in the way, things get in the way, you get sick, and then you try and like make up for lost time, put workouts together that don't make sense, all that kind of thing. So a little bit, a lot is a key to a lot of great success, and I want you to value doing something like this as a launch pad. 10 seconds, 60 to 70 RPM, bringing that gear in again now in 5. I want you at 80% or a little bit more. 2, 1, and this one is 3 minutes long. Okay? Come on, get into it, sink your teeth into it. Same thing, relaxed upper body. Don't scrunch the shoulders up. Bring your shoulders away from your ears, soft through the elbows, really reduces the amount of effort that's going into everything. And also, people who scrunch themselves up and their necks arch and all of that, tend to get back and neck pain and wonder why. Pretty simple. If you try and relax, take it from here, you're gonna feel better all over. And you're already almost at a minute. Hold on to this cadence. Come on, this is a big effort now. I'm used to talking and riding. Should be some sort of disclaimer. Don't try and do this at home. Call it hypoxic training for the coaches, right? It's sort of grabbing that last little bit of oxygen to speak. Makes it a little bit harder when you're trying to push really hard. Okay, almost halfway through. Come on now, settle into it. Keep this gear nice and strong. If you're not over 80%, you want to try what it feels like, you can bring it in for the second half. Remember, think about the pedal stroke. Think about driving down the bottom of it, pulling along the bottom, up and around. Don't waste anything there. Good job. Stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. Almost at a minute to go. Come on. Play around with your hand position. Good job. Turn those tunes up if you've got some. And always drown me out for part of this. Last minute. Come on. Come on, riders. Push it through. It's only 2 more after this. We're getting close to the whole block of work being over. Come on, everybody. Last 30 seconds coming up. Always good to think in baby steps. Think in little pieces. I've achieved that. I only have this far to go. 30 seconds, come on. Come on, we're riding into that recovery. 30 seconds away. Big, strong pedal strokes, guys, come on. Push, push. Push, push, all the way. Last 10 seconds coming up. You're gonna get right into that recovery and make full use of it. Okay, it's only a minute. Going in 3, 2, 1, get that gear off, bring the cadence up, resistance down, effort down, recover, recover. 1 minute, 2 more of those. When you feel like you can breathe, have a little sip of water. Good. Get a little reset. If you were doing this outside, think of your favorite or maybe least favorite 3-minute hill. It's another thing I used to try and make myself do things. If I thought twice about it, didn't want to go up that hill, make myself do it just to kind of make sure I wasn't negotiating too much. This is what we're doing. 10 seconds. This is what we're doing. 60 to 70 RPM. Bring it down. Bring the gear up. Going in under 5, 3, 2, 1. Come on, get after it. Only 2 more. So good. 80%. 80% to start. Good job. Good job. Make it a habit to look down, maybe. Have a quick look at what you're doing in numbers and watts and cadence. And then look away. Go with the feeling of riding your bike. Think about that. People underestimate it way too much these days. It's like, still what we're doing, even with all these numbers and help for our training. Okay? I'm gonna give you halfway. We're still just closing in on our first minute. Good job. Awesome. Awesome. Keep that cadence below 70. Anything between 60 and 70 gives you a bit of a strength push without too much load. Okay? Good job. Good job. Getting closer and closer to that halfway now. If you're feeling like a little bit more than your 80% is doable, you have 1 more left after this. You have 1 minute of recovery between. If you want to bring the gear up in 2, 1, up, up. Good, settle in. Settle in. Awesome job. Just over a minute to go. Knees tracking forward. If you look down and your knees are going out to the side, try and just draw them in a little bit, not too much. Don't force yourself to be uncomfortable, but just thinking about the energy going forward. Okay? All the rest the same. Shoulders relaxed. Keep telling yourself. Good. Last 30 seconds coming up here. Not long now. You can look down again. Check on your cadence, check on your power. It's all there. Just hold the same pressure. Hold the same rate of turnover, RPM. Nothing will change. All right, we don't have the changes in the incline, any of those factors like we do outside. So you can focus on the feeling. And it's 10 seconds before the end of this feeling. Okay, getting ready to ride right into that recovery again. In 2, 1, and back off that gear, back off that app, back off the resistance. Recover, recover, recover. Good. Okay, this is our last one. Last one coming up. We're gonna be just a couple minutes over. First one for me of the year. I'm gonna be 2 minutes long. Okay, flush that lactate out. 30 seconds to go. 1 big push in this last one. If you haven't quite made it up to your 85%, this is your last chance to try and do that. If you're happy with where you're riding, you feel good, just stay there. Remember, there's a workout tomorrow and the next day and the next 27 days after that. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, 60 to 70 RPM. Bring that gear up. Big push behind it now. And this is our last 3 minutes. Awesome, everybody. Stay on it. Stay focused. We're back on that favorite or least favorite of our 3-minute hills. Checking your number. I think I got a little bit more to give. I'm gonna bring it up. 30 seconds done. Come on, everybody. Come on. Be positive. Stay with it. You got the cadence locked in. You just need to push those pedals around for another 2 minutes and a bit. All right? Come on. Think you can. Think you can. Last 2 minutes to go. Come on now, everybody. Push, push, turning those squats or stair walks or whatever you're doing into pedal strokes. You'll have that much more to give when you need it. Okay? Almost at halfway. Almost at halfway. If you can bring the gear up a little bit, if you're not at 85 already, this is your last 90 seconds. Join me if you want to. There you go, that's 90 seconds to go. All right? Like I got a little bit more here, a little bit more. Good. To practice pushing it up at the end when you have some fatigue. It's good for the brain and good for the physiology. And we're almost at our last 60 seconds. 60 pedal strokes, pretty much. Here we go. Last little bit now, everybody. Stay on it all the way with me. Push, push. Push, push. Ankles moving. Feet driving the power into those pedals. Come on with me. Last little bit. If you need to stand, by all means do. You want to get on top of the pedals, a few pedal strokes, or just stay seated. You know what feels good. You know sometimes if you're losing your cadence in a big gear, you can just get on top of it again, right? All right, 20 seconds to go. And then this is the end. This is the end for today. 15, come on. Push it right through. Imaginary finish line, right ahead of us now. Top of the hill. Come on, guys. Last little bit. In 3, 2, 1. And get that resistance down to where you can turn your pedals nice and easily. Whew. Good job. Okay, well, we're done for this session. I went a little bit over. Yay. So look forward to you getting on board for day 2. And as I said, each day will have a little bit of a different flavor. We'll be focusing on short, hard efforts, longer, hard efforts. We'll even do a simulation of sort of a zone 2 easier effort. We'll do some skills and we'll do a strength day. So lots coming up. See you next time.